Guy, volevamo chiederti un'altra cosa a proposito sempre della BFT. La nostra scuola, la scuola che stiamo frequentando, si basa soprattutto su modelli empirici, evidence-based, per cui tutte le teorie, tutti i modelli che ci vengono presentati hanno una base solida in questi termini. Volevamo capire la BFT, che cosa ci può dire per quanto riguarda appunto l'evidence-based e i modelli empirici.
So it's an important question. What is the research that supports ABFT, and why is it particularly important for me? Family therapy has been a little bit on the margins of the psychotherapy world, and particularly in the modern world, treatments that have gotten more research are becoming more integrated into health systems. CBT, DBT, great models, we love them. And family therapies had a little harder time. There's not as much of a research community. So I've been dedicated to helping keep family therapy on the healthcare map. So since about 1990, we've been doing studies of the model. Some little studies, some big randomized clinical trial studies, a number of large, well-designed, highly published papers. And basically have found that ABFT can reduce suicide ideation, can reduce depression, can reduce anxiety, increase attachment to parents, increase school performance. So there's been plenty of data to suggest that the treatment's working. It's working as well as treatment as usual. It's working as well as other active treatments and interventions. There's also a whole field of dissemination research. Like, okay, it works in your lab, Guy, where you control everything, but can you go out in the world and train people? And we've had a couple of those studies. They're hard studies to do, very complicated. We're doing one now actually in Amsterdam and working with 30 community mental health centers and training people to use the work for young adults with suicide. The area that excites me the most of our contribution is an area called process research. If you do an outcome study, you measure depression before treatment, and then 16 weeks later you measure it again and you see, did it go down? And that's important. Process research sort of looks at, well, what's happening along the way that's contributing to it going down? And Gary Diamond, my good colleague, has done numerous studies that really look at the very particular events in a therapy session. Why did what happens when someone can get the mom to soften, her emotional presence soften? Does that change the way the kid responds? And how did you soften the kid? How do you engage parents? And what are all the things, the reasons they're going to say, no, I don't want to come here? And what are all the things we can say of why they should come here? And does that convince them? So process research really sort of dismantles the moment by moment of therapy. And we've done probably over 30 studies looking at those kinds of elements. And I think it's given the model the richness that we use. So there's more work to do and always more studies to be done. We're launching a study with bulimia. We started a study with domestic violence. We're now doing 2 young adult studies, one LGBTQ treatment study with suicidal young adults, and then this community-based study. So we're still in the trench trying to generate more research, more data, and it's a lifelong journey. So.